You're watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show. What is up, kings, queens, and the entire spectrum between it is your boy Kwame, and I am here, and I am not alone tonight, y'all. I am so excited tonight because tonight is going to be a really fun night. We're going to have the queens from You Better Than Me podcast on tonight, and they're going to be jamming it out with me on today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful evening on tonight, because tonight is going to be super fun. We got a packed hour of power today. We got a lot to talk about on tonight. There's a lot going on in the news, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it slimming. What is going on, Michaela? How you doing, Queen? Thank you for joining. Keats Reynolds is in the house. What is up, King? Dr. Holt is in the building. What is going on, sir? Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Listen, if we have any technical issues, I apologize. I am not in my normal setup. I am traveling, so thank you guys so much for bearing with us, and I appreciate all that you guys do. Now, without further ado, I don't want to waste any time because we got a lot to talk about on today. So, without further ado, please help me welcome the queens of You Better Than Me podcast, right here on Pyro Media Network, Fallon and Kristen. Bring them on in. Bring them on in. Yes. Look at them gorgeous queens. Yes. How y'all doing? Look at them queens. Look, chocolate goodness all up on the screen. How you doing today?
Good. Amazing.
Yes, I'm super excited that you guys are on today. Listen, we have had I've been on the replays of You Better Than Me podcast, and I need more. And I'm super excited that you guys are coming back with is it fourth season? Season 5? Season 5? Is it season 5? My God, you guys have been in five seasons with Pyro. Shout out to you guys. And you guys are like literally neck and neck with two of our other podcasts that are out there. So shout out to you guys for doing the dang on things. Keith says, hello, Queens. Dr. O says, well, oh, they've been here. They don't need a welcome. They're here. They are official queens of the network. So shout out to them. Can't stay. I will see you guys. Oh, no, we know, Michaela. We know you got class. Thank you for coming on through. Appreciate you, Queen. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we're going to get into more of You Better Than Me podcast shortly. But I brought them on because Kristen and Fallon, I love to jam with them about pop culture and just different things. So I'm looking forward to talking about what is going on today. So first and foremost, I want to welcome all of you guys for coming on through the show. Welcome to the show. Thank you guys for coming on through. And thank you to our mom. Shout out to Cupcake. She is on vacation right now. So shout out to her. We can't wait till you come back, Queen. But Dr. Holt is holding down the building and making sure that the gates are secure around the church. So we thank you so much, Dr. Holt, for all that you do. We love you, man. And housekeeping announcement, just quickly, just as you guys know, if you want to donate to myself, you can go ahead and hit me up on Cash App at Kwame C86. And I'm sure Kristen and Fallon will go ahead and drop the links in their thing, or let us know what their cash apps are so you guys can go ahead and support them as well. And if you want to donate directly to Pyro Media, you can go ahead and do so by hitting up Pyro Media on Cash App at $Pyro Media. Real simple. And also, make sure that you guys are checking out and following Pyro Media Network on all social media all social media platforms at Pyro Media Network. I'm not doing well with this internet here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go podcast mode for a little bit, so you guys we can not have all this buffering. I'm holding it down. I'm strapped. Yes, you are. Okay, here, ready to go. He talks about what do you call those states? Concealed. What do you call those concealed states that you can carry? Is it carry conceal? You're the lawyer, Fallon. So what is it?
A concealed weapon. I can't get over this free Mr. Clark picture that keeps popping up.
Oh, with him? Yeah.
Yes.
That's Dr. Holt. Yes, we love him. He holds it down. Also, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys are following Pyro Media Network's Patreon by going and joining our Patreon and becoming a VIP member. And it's the hotspot. Head over there to the hotspot. It's a lot of hot stuff up in there. So you want to definitely head over there. Patreon.com/Pyro Media. Only $5 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Listen, I know I went to Starbucks the other day and it's way less than a cup of coffee. All right. And just so you guys know, if you haven't checked it out, we're going to have Pyro Cocktail Hour this week. I'm so excited. I get to reunite with my Mona. Reunited and it feels so good. Yeah. Shout out to Mona. We're going to see her tomorrow morning on Pyro Power Hour, the morning show. But as you guys know, every day is a great day. So today's national day is National Cheese Day. Now, I have recently gone plant-based, so no cheese for me. But June 4th is National Cheese Day, not to be confused with other popular cheese-related holidays like Grilled Cheese Day, Cheesecake Day, or Mac and Cheese Day, which I did not know they had a Mac and Cheese Day. This day is in reverence of the queen of all dairy, the Big Cheese. Dr. Holt says, I have to channel my inner Joe Clark. I'm an assistant principal, and these kids like to get crazy sometimes. I know that's right. Change the doors. And as you guys know, we are in Gemini season. So if you've been feeling a little confused, a little crazy, shout out to the Geminis out there, okay? It's Gemini vibes out there. Kristen, aren't you a Gemini?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bless her heart.
And is.
Oh, bless her heart. All right. Well, shout out to all the Geminis. Kristen is one of my favorite Geminis, I will say. I don't have many, but we love Kristen. Shout out to you. We also want to shout out these Geminis as well. Did you guys know that Chief David is a Gemini? Shout out to him. Shout out and happy birthday to him. He was born June 4th, 1956 in New York, New York. So shout out to him. You guys know him on Greenleaf, as well as we did a voiceover we did a kind of a background on the Black Influencers series that we're doing on the Unusual Mavericks, and he does a tremendous amount of voiceover work. So definitely check his stuff out. He is a phenomenal actor. I love watching him, and I think he's just really dope. So shout out to Keith David. Happy birthday to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day on today. Also, shout out to Albie Shore. He is still handsome. I'm sorry. The man is fine. Okay? What he said, what white woman thought about cheese that, you know what? I'm not dealing with you today. Anyway, Albie Shore, shout out to Albie Shore. He was born June 4th, 1968, and still looks fine. Albert Joseph Brown III, aka Albie Shore, is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, and radio host, and former record executive. So shout out to him. We also have shout out to El DeBarge. Ooh, you didn't age well, sir. Anyway, a shout out to El DeBarge. Born June 4th, 1961.
He don't look
Detroit,
bad.
Michigan.
Yeah, he don't look that bad.
Okay.
No.
He done raised him a little bit. That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, after everything he been through, he looked good, actually.
Bless her. All right, let's move on. But yeah, happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday to you, Elder Barge. And also shout out to Dr. Contessa Metcalf. If you guys don't remember her, she was a star on Married to Medicine. So shout out to her. Born June 4th, 1976 in Kansas, Missouri. So shout out to you. Happy birthday to you, Queen. Also, happy birthday to Quincy Brown. Born June 4th of 1994. He is the son of Albie Shore. And right, isn't that crazy? He was born in New York, New York. He is the son of Albie Shore and Kim Porter.
I didn't know they had the same birthday.
Right? I didn't know that until today either. That was crazy.
I didn't know they had the same birthday either.
Yeah, and shout out to John P. Key. If you guys are gospel artists or gospel lovers, shout out to John P. Key. Born June 4th, 1962. Yes. Shout out to him. And also shout out, we got a lot of birthdays today. Shout out to E.J. Johnson, born June 4th, 1992 in Beverly Hills, California. Born Irvin Johnson III. And he is the son of Magic Johnson and Erletha Kelly. Yes, Erletha. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, so, Cookie.
Happy birthday to you, Guo. And also happy birthday to Faison Love. Faison Love, born on June 4th, 1968 in Santiago de Cuba, Santiago de Cuba. Where is that at? You know what that is? I don't know what that is.
He is Black Rican like you, isn't he?
I guess it
Black Rican? He is not Puerto Rican now.
So Cubano Rican, Black Cubano, right?
We're gonna move on.
I thought he was really like Cuban.
I thought he was too, but it said Santiago de Cuba in the United States. Where was Faison Love born? Santiago. Oh yeah, Cuba. But why did I say the U.S.? That was weird. I'm sorry.
Cuba. Yeah, he's Cuban.
He was born in Cuba. Yeah. It says, but for some reason this information says U.S. I don't know why, but Santiago de Cuba, so he's Cuban. Okay, all right, cool. Well, all right,
he's American.
He's American. It's an American. All right, y'all. Well, that is going to do it for the housekeeping announcements on today. Shout out to everybody that was born on today, and shout out to everybody, all the Geminis out there. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Also, you guys, we have a lot to talk about today. Y'all see the lineup. That's just a taste of what is going on in this crazy world on today. Okay? Hot Mess Express. But before we get to all of that, we're going to go ahead and get into some breaking news. Ooh, Jesus. All right. I need to drink some water. Thank God for it. Oh, my God. All right. So, y'all, I don't have this problem. I don't have AT&T. I left their asses a long time ago. But if you did have AT&T, or if you do have AT&T, you might have experienced some outages on today. Take a look.
We got some breaking news here, an outage impacting AT&T customers nationwide.
Atlanta News First anchor Savannah Louie at the First Alert Breaking News desk.
Yeah, that service disrupted right now for thousands of Americans. AT&T customers cannot complete their calls to other carriers, and other providers cannot place calls to AT&T customers. AT&T says calls to 911, though, are going through, guys.
All right, Savannah, thank you for that update.
So, do any of you have AT&T?
I have Verizon.
Oh,
I
well,
was on
look at
T-Mobile,
you.
but
Good
my
old
husband
T-Mobile.
upgraded me.
I too have T-Mobile. I don't have the
Ooh.
bougie. I don't have the bougie Verizon like Fallon does. But we didn't. None of us on this panel has had any issues with our
Right.
cell phone service. That's
Mm-mm.
all. That's the bottom thing online. So I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. All right. All right. Because I know some people were
Quickly.
on today. Oh, Jesus, help them. Anyway, that's all the breaking news we got on today. And I will check later on, as you guys know, as things progress throughout the day. So, without further ado, y'all, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then, quick. And then when we come back, we're going to go ahead and get into the quick drop, y'all, because we got a lot to talk about today. So stay tuned. Grab your friends, grab your partners, everybody, la-da-da-da, and some wine. It's the evening time. And let's get on into the quick drop. We'll be right back after this.
Elevate your entertainment with Watch Vim. Discover the ultimate online streaming destination. Get an auto-renewing monthly subscription for unlimited content on all devices. Join us in supporting a Black-owned streaming platform that brings top-tier entertainment. Let the streaming excitement begin at Watch Vim, your seamless experience for endless entertainment. Stream online or download the Watch Vim app now.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19. But their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bullet and Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bullet and Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bullet and Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bullet and Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bullet and Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bullet and Flight Radio.
And we're black, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. If you are just tuning in, do me a quick favor and hit that like button, share, and subscribe, because it does help the algorithm. So I appreciate you guys so much for all that you guys do. Also, again, we have the amazing, the illustrious, the gorgeous, the melanin proficient queens of You Better Than Me podcast on the show tonight, and we're going to get into some craziness. But before we do, I want to go ahead and chat with you guys just a smidgen, and we're going to get more throughout the show. But tell us a little bit about You Better Than Me podcast, and why you guys wanted to do it, why you guys are in it. What for those who may not know what You Better Than Me podcast is and they haven't caught up on the seasons, what would you tell them the show is about?
You better than me. You better than me. Yeah. So, Kristen, you're over there smiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer first.
No. I was yes, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, it's surprising. Me and Kristen, we've been working for a long time. Pre-pandemic end. I don't even know what era we're in right now. Is this like post-pandemic? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's post.
Okay. So rewind 5 years, almost 4 years. Mm-hmm. And we're in the midst of the pandemic, and it's like Black Lady Inn felt a little stagnant. So we jumped on the Clubhouse and we were just talking and kind of like discussing everything. And that was kind of like our safe space during the pandemic when we couldn't really go out and socialize. So all of those conversations kind of turned into, why don't we take this somewhere else? And of course, our fearless leader presented it to us like, hey, y'all need to be on the podcast. Like, shout out to Kwame for that. But You Better Than Me was really just a combination of like us wanting to give something to people who were like us. So we talk about the Black womanhood, everything that it entails. All of our listeners aren't Black women, I found out, which is very surprising to me. Shout out to the others. But yeah, You Better Than Me just started because we wanted something that spoke to what it felt like to be in a position similar to us. You have people talking about the glitz and the glam and the housewives type lifestyle, and that ain't what we live in. I ain't gonna say we regular, because we ain't regular, but then we are regular, but then we're not. So I just feel like we have a special type of je ne sais quoi that is relatable. And if you're Black, you know you done heard somebody say, girl, you better than me. And that's kind of the attitude that we bring to the podcast. Is like, we talk about a lot of stuff, but you better than me if you're doing all this. So that's my spill, and I'll stop rambling and talking, because I could talk about the podcast all day, and I'll tune in or chime in.
Kristen,
that was actually a great introduction, Fallon, so I definitely appreciate that. I would say that we are definitely your big sisters, and I feel like we are navigating into a little auntie phase. As Fallon mentioned, you know, we were rocking during the pandemic, and of course life has had several changes. We've grown, you know, we're navigating a new era of adulthood now, so we're still big sisters, but we knocking on auntie's door. So we welcome that, and we welcome all of our new listeners that will be checking us out from this show here.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, whether you are Black, white, Puerto Rican, gay, straight, whatever, Fallon and Kristen have amazing insight on life, and so I listen to them a lot, especially when I get stressed out. I listen to their show, and they get me through some stuff, and I end up staying out of jail. So shout out to you guys for doing, keeping your boy out of jail, keeping him stress free. So definitely check out the show. The new season is premiering this Tuesday right here on Pyro Media Network, but you can go ahead and check out all of the previous seasons on Pyro Media Network as well. You don't have to go through YouTube. You can always go through our website and download all of the or actually anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You can listen to You Better Than Me podcast anywhere, whether it be on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, it is on there. So yeah, I'm excited. But all right, let's get into the quick drop, because you'll get a taste of their opinions and how opinionated they are based off of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So let's get on into the quick drop. Let's go ahead and get into some things here. First and foremost, Rihanna. If you guys have not heard about it already, Rihanna has just shared some breaking news. Now listen, it is not an album. So stop asking this woman for an album, okay? It's not going to happen. Let it go, okay? Praise Jesus. But he is in a thrilling announcement that has left fans buzzing with excitement. The music icon and beauty mogul has revealed her latest venture, Fenty Hair. Now listen, y'all know I'm a huge fan of Fenty Skin, and I know my good sisters probably use Fenty. Some of my good sisters over here are using Fenty Beauty. But Fenty Hair is very interesting sounding to me. So I wonder if she's going to do anything for beards, but we'll see how it goes. But the news was shared this Tuesday through an Instagram post unveiling her plans to enter and dominate the hair care industry. Riri said a new family is moving in at Fenty Hair. It's pulling up, and it's time to finally have the hair experience you've been waiting for. She continued, you know how much switching my hair up matters to me. I've had almost every texture, color, length, from weaves and to braids to natural. So I am launching a flexible line of products for not only every hair want, but every single product is designed to strengthen and repair all types of hair, which is what we truly need. It's time to play and get stronger by the style. What are your thoughts on this, ladies?
I saw it and I was, I ain't gonna say that I was like, girl, what you doing? But she's already in the self-care space. So I feel like it's a good thing. I wish she had done it maybe a little earlier so people won't start thinking she trying to outdo Sacred and all that. But she been in the beauty game, so I trust her products already. Like, you already know what she brings to the table when it comes to self-care, so I'm all for it. And I think it's probably going to offer a wider variety and reach more people than the Sacred is.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think I may have saw it like slightly, but I mean, like you mentioned, she's already in that space. I probably would have focused, like you said, Kwame, more so on men's like beard care and things of that nature, just because I feel like that would have just brought another alternative, because people love Rihanna, men and women alike, but tapping into that market for beards where we don't just have one go-to product that's like the one that you go towards, I feel like she could have really made a dent in that market. I think it's great she's going into hair care. I probably won't be trying it, but that's great.
I probably won't try. Do you think it's hard for and this is a quick question for you ladies. Do you think it's hard for oops, sorry. There we go. Do you think it's hard for women to switch products? Like, is that like once you guys like have a product, that's it?
Absolutely hard. And then you got to test stuff out. You got to see how it works. You got to see if it's going to be too oil. It's like so many things, especially for me with the natural hair. I feel like I got to test stuff to make sure it ain't too oily, make sure it's not weighing my hair down. Like, it just seems like it's a big old process.
Yeah. I think it depends. Like, a lot of her products are in Sephora, which I love the fact that you can take stuff back if it doesn't work for you. So that's a good thing. When it comes to hair care, I buy things from places that I can take back. So if I try it and it don't work, I go right on back and get my money back. But it has to be a great product for you to continue to go back to it. And so in that regard, I think it is hard, because if you find something that continuously works, you're not gonna just try something. If you try and it doesn't work as good as what you already have, you're just gonna take it back.
Yeah,
right.
Or not even want to try it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Ree. We're gonna see how it goes. A lot of people didn't think that you were gonna do well with this makeup line, but girl, you dominate the industry. So I wish you all the best. You, Beyonce, everybody, la-da-da-da. We need more representation in these industries. So we'll see how it goes. All right. We'll see how it goes. We're going to keep it up. But give us an album. That'd be wonderful. Anyway, Shabuzi. Speaking of albums, Shabuzi claims the #1 spot on Spotify's top album debut global charts with his album Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going. Now, I started listening to his... What was that? Did you hear that? Oh, okay. Okay. I thought okay, I'm going crazy. I heard a honk. I don't know where that was coming from. But anyway, I listened to some of his songs. I started his album actually today because I saw this. and I'm a fan of country. I am. I just have a particular taste in country. Like I don't like. I'm not like a huge fan, but I am actually enjoying Shabuzi's album. I think it's actually pretty dope. And I actually want to thank Beyonce for introducing me to him because I did not know. I didn't know who he was. But yeah, have you guys listened to Shabuzi? Are you guys into country? I know.
Sorry to this man.
I'm not familiar.
Sorry to this man. I don't know him.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know who this person is, but I do listen to. I like Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God.
I love.
I like Dixie Chicks. I mean, I would definitely listen to him. I like his style. His outfits that you have here look very nice. So, and I like the name Shabuzi.
Nice gowns, beautiful gowns.
Rolls off the
beautiful
tongue.
Gowns.
Beautiful.
Beautiful gowns, honey. Shabuzi, you have beautiful gowns.
The gowns.
She really has beautiful gowns, baby. That was, really cute for Disney. Just not my cup of tea.
Beautiful gowns.
But
I love Miley Cyrus though.
Miley Cyrus is okay. I'm not a big fan of her, but it's fine. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But whatever tickles your pickle, boo. But I personally, like I said, like I listen to everything. So rock, country, R&B, hip hop, everything. So this is not foreign to me, but I do like to hear new artists. So I'm looking forward to hearing his album and seeing where it goes. All right, y'all. Well, congratulations, girl. Do your thing, boo. All right, moving on. Bye, Shabuzi. I never thought that I would be in alignment with the red states. So lawmakers in Louisiana have approved a bill that could soon mandate surgical castration for individuals convicted of sex crimes against children under 13. The bill was passed. Me too. The bill was passed yesterday, granting judges the authority to sentence offenders to surgical castration and prison time. The National Conference of State Legislatures confirmed that Louisiana would be the first of its kind to impose surgical castration, since other states such as Texas, California, and Florida permit chemical castration, but allow criminals to choose the surgical option. Now, I did not know that. That's actually interesting. Yeah. According to the Associated Press, Louisiana has allowed judges to order chemical castration for more than 16 years. Still, the punishment, which uses medication to block testosterone and reduce sex drive, is hardly enforced. Surgical castration, a more invasive procedure, is now considered an additional punitive measure. Wow! What are your thoughts on this? I want to start off with you, Fallon, because I know you're the lawyer. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on this.
So first and foremost, Louisiana probably has the most corrupt judicial system in the world, probably behind foreign countries. Anything that they do, it seems like there's always a catch to it. And convicted of does not always mean guilty of. And Louisiana is one of those states where I feel like there are probably a lot of people incarcerated for things that they didn't do. So anytime I hear something about a law getting passed in Louisiana, I'm looking at the people who probably wrote it and the people who probably endorsed it, and a lot of times it probably was good old boys. I don't know which legislator introduced that piece of law, but anytime I hear something about Louisiana government or politics, I'm already looking at it side-eye, because it's the same place that has endorsed all kinds of redlining and changing congressional districts and wrongfully incarcerating people and all these types of stuff. They're still on that whole Napoleonic only civil state law that doesn't match anything else that's going on in America. They still a little shiesty. So
before we get to Kristen, let's get a little context on what I want to hear what you have to say, Kristen, on this. Take a look.
Tonight, one state passing a law that could result in castration if a person is found guilty of a sex crime against a child. Louisiana lawmakers giving final approval that would allow judges the option to sentence someone to surgical castration after the person was convicted of rape, incest, or molestation against a child under 13. Several states can order such criminals to receive chemical castration, but Louisiana would be the first to allow surgical procedures. The law now awaits the signature of Louisiana's Governor Jeff Landry.
Cucumbers shipped to Alabama.
So the fact that they followed with a cucumber story is hilarious.
Right.
That's hilarious. But this is what they said. Currently, there are 2,224 people in prison in Louisiana for sex crimes against children younger than 13. If the bill becomes law, it could only be applied to those who have convicted a crime, who have been convicted of a crime that occurred on or after August 1st of this year. If an offender fails to appear or refuses to undergo surgical castration after a judge orders the procedure, they could be hit with failure to comply charge and face an additional 3 to 5 years in prison based on the bill's language. The legislation also stipulates that a medical expert must determine whether that offender is an appropriate candidate for the procedure before it's carried out. I mean, that's kind of weird. I don't understand how you wouldn't be. It's getting your slang, removed. So anybody
it sounds like a ploy to make people stay in prison longer. That whole failure to comply and face an additional 3 to 5 years when they already were talking about, oh, we don't want to lose our good workers in Louisiana, because I don't see too many people voluntarily saying, oh, I'll go ahead and comply with this. So now you're getting people having extra time added to their sentence. And they pressing out them license plates and plowing them fields for good old Louisiana.
Chris,
and I would say, I always believe victims, but we do know of several Black men that have been wrongly convicted for several different things. I just think with the history of this country, like, it's a very fine line, because my own opinion sometimes is that, a lot of people trying to just stop us from, doing certain things. So I don't know. It sounds really good, but then I could see where somebody could bend the law to benefit them in some kind of way, and I just don't put that past some people. So
shout out to Pammy 75 or 7583. Oh yeah, that's Pam. What's up, Pam? On Facebook. What's going on, Queen? She says that's the only thing they did right. Vote. They deserve that and more. Leave these children alone. Now, this is where I kind of agree with this whole situation, because I feel like crimes against children, especially anything that's sexual or any type of rape or anything like that is beyond words when it comes to that. So for me, castration, I've always said, whether it be in Patreon or even on the show, that if we chopped off their schlongs, there will be a lot less issues when it comes to this, in my humble opinion. So, but I do see where you're coming from, Fallon, when it comes to like corruption and things of that nature. So we do have to have, it can be a slippery slope when it comes to these type of things, but I would love for us to kind of, and I mean us as a federal organization, as a federal country, to kind of see at the federal level what we can do to kind of make something like this, the law of the land.
I also think that there probably needs to be some type of studies, because it's not only men who do things to children. Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of women who have done a lot of things to some of these men who are now doing things to children, kind of like a little cycle of repeating. That's going to maybe do an overhaul on it, because I think anything just the whole prison system. I could probably go on a whole rant on just the rights and wrongs of what just rehabilitating or even trying to deter people from crime. But I think I'm probably jaded just from my line of work. So I feel like it's always easy to say, yeah, that's the good thing, burn them up, do whatever. But then you have to say, okay, the numbers are skewed. How many Black people or how many minorities are getting this taken, or just who's being accused of such things? And like how a lot of times people get scared when they go to court, and they'll just say they did something just to get out of it. Like just so you don't have to keep coming back, or they don't want to reset. Like I've seen so many people, especially with what I do specifically, going to court and just agreeing to whatever just because they don't want to have to miss work, or just because they think that it's going to cost too much money to try to defend themselves. So I get it. And if you really did do something like that, by all means, do whatever. Chop them up, burn them up, do whatever. But it just has to be an overhaul on criminal justice as a whole in our country.
Amen. Amen. Well said. Speaking of criminals, so y'all's former president, as you guys know, was found guilty on, was it 34, 36?
34.
Thank you so much, Fallon Von Esquire. You know, I am sick of this orange shit stain, okay? But I have a question. I really don't care the answer to said question, but I have a question nonetheless. Where the hell's Melania? We have not heard more tale from this girl. Okay?
She might be in her home country modeling or doing something, because wasn't she like a centerfold beforehand?
You know what?
Or something?
What's she modeling?
Didn't she used to be a model?
She used to be. She wasn't a model, honey.
I thought she was. She was a centerfold.
They call what she was doing very different, a different term. But we're gonna leave that. Yeah, Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people.
Maybe she hanging out with Kate because she missing too.
You know what? Well, I thought they found her ass.
They did find.
Yeah, but she went missing again. I mean, it was this whole little TikTok. Where's Kate at now?
I can't keep up with the UK. They already got issues in the last. I can't deal with it. So the reason why this was even brought up is because Donald Trump was on, I think, Fox News the other day. Excuse me, talking about the BS that was going on with what he felt, in his opinion, was going on with the guilty verdict. And he was like, you know, Melania's just really upset. Really upset. Melania's just really sad and disappointed. Melania, you haven't heard from Melania, girl.
And her face always looked like that. So if that's her upset face, that's her daily face. So just hard.
Yeah.
Hard. It's terrible. Pam on Instagram says, hopefully she's leaving him if she's smart. Girl, she better run. She better run.
Nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere. She wants that check. But I don't think she can at this point. I mean, I don't think she can.
We don't know what her paperwork looks like. She might not be able to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on and I'm tired of looking at his damn face as it is. It's just, speaking of somebody else's face that I don't really want to look at, Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav, I don't know why he did this, but he went, you know, as you guys know, what is it, Red Lobster? Mm-hmm. Red Lobster had just recently filed for bankruptcy. And so he thought that it would be a really good, genius idea to go to one said Red Lobster and buy the entire menu, because he said, your boy said he was gonna do everything to help Red Lobster and save the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Ordered the whole menu.
How'd you reading like this, man? Stop it.
The Flavor Flav, like
playing.
But let me tell you, I went to Red Lobster on Friday, and when I tell you it hit, like
it's
it
so
hit.
Good.
Oh my gosh, it was so good because when I heard they were going out of business, I'm like, let me run on over there real quick and see if it reminds me of like high school and college. And it did, and the service was on point. The drinks was on point. I was like, you know what? I got to go back. My friend and I went when she just found an old gift card at her house, so we definitely going back.
Oh yeah, I like. Come on, old gift cards. I you know, I like gift cards.
I really do.
They can't do no wrong by me. I mean, I just hate that they don't serve that salad for free no more. That's extra.
Didn't know that.
What? I can't do
it.
They don't serve the salad for free.
I didn't know that.
It's only like $3 for a little side salad, but I had to get it.
It must be at the DC location, because me and my mama slip off the Red Lobster and they still offer the salad, and it's not an additional.
Well, they said you get two. They said you get two sides. When I went, you got two sides, so I had to get that broccoli because that broccoli always hit, and I had to get that loaded baked potato, and then I had to get the salad, but the salad was extra. So
you ain't no pilaf girl. I'm more of a loaded.
No, I'm not a pilaf girl.
Come on, pilaf. All right, y'all. Well, let's move on. So there's a lot going on here. We have the Dream. I don't know if you guys remember the Dream, but the Dream has become the latest celebrity to be hit with an SA lawsuit. According to a shocking report by the New York Times, the famed producer is facing serious allegations in a lawsuit filed by his former protege, Shanaz Mangro.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is, who performed at Channing Monroe. Channing Monroe, I think that's how you pronounce it. In her lawsuit, Mangro accuses the Dream of rape, sexual battery, and sex trafficking. In the lawsuit filed, this is insane. In the lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court in Los Angeles, Mangro claims that in 2015, the Dream, whose real name is Mr. Justil D. Diamant, used promises of career promotion to manipulate her into an abusive relationship. She alleges that he repeatedly forced her to engage in non-consensual sexual acts, including strangulation, and even recorded an intimate encounter without her consent, threatening to share it with others.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, might as well castrate them all.
At this point.
At this point.
Now, I do want to say the biscuits, Lord. It's the biscuits. I do want to say that all of these allegations are alleged, so we want to make sure that we are, keeping it cute, for Disney. But what are your thoughts on this? This is kind of wild.
I hadn't heard this, and at this point, it just seems like the whole entertainment industry was on some foolishness, like sex trafficking. Like what? Like what are y'all doing?
Yeah. We also have there's a statement that his representatives said or stated to in a statement supplied by a representative. This is the Dream. This is
Diamant. Is he French?
So these claims are untrue and defamatory. He said in the statement, quote, "I oppose all forms of harassment and have always strived to help people realize their career goals. As someone committed to making a positive impact on my fellow artists and the world at large, I am deeply offended and saddened by these accusations." I don't know.
Denial. I don't know.
But I hope that she don't have no dress wrapped up in plastic.
Girl.
Or a video or something. I don't know. A text message.
We're going to talk about his ass too shortly.
I just don't understand how these people have all this money and they're able to, do other things. You don't have to grape anyone. Like, I just don't understand it. It's just weird.
That's what I've been saying, Chris. And I never understood why that was such a thing when you I had a conversation with my big brother about this, and he was like, "Well, and I knew this, but it's like it's still something that just bothers me."
I would probably make every woman sign a consent form before I even lay down with them, because there is no way. Like, if I had this much money and power, I wouldn't even put myself in that situation. And I'm not saying in that situation because there are a lot of victims, but then there are people that make up stuff. But like, I just wouldn't even put myself in a position. And for the people that's their angle to great people, then they need to be sent to Louisiana.
Yeah. But I feel like these parents need to have a little bit more of a say-so of their children's dreams, because I'm not selling my child up the river for no singing career. Yeah. Even like 19, 20, 21,
I also think that this goes beyond money. This is about power. We all know that people who are victims of rape and people who are victims of SA, they are, or even physical abuse, like intimate partner violence, domestic violence, all of that stuff. It's about power. And so regardless of the amount of money that these people have, and again, I want to be very clear that we are very clear on the fact that this is all being alleged. We don't know if this actually happened or not. So this is all alleged. This is not something that we are saying that the Dream was a part of or actually did. So, but at the end of the Black Day, there's a lot of growing concerns when it comes to these women. So I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird situation.
Very weird.
But we're gonna keep you guys abreast. But speaking of allegations of SA and all these different things, y'all boy Kanye West is in the going on. So court documents reveal some of there's an allegation that his former assistant, Kanye West's former assistant, claims that the rapper sent her inappropriate text messages and she is filing for sexual harassment. Now, we all know that Kanye West is problematic. We all know that Kanye West has said some things, but it is what it is. Just like again, we have to. These are all alleged. We don't know what is actually happening. We don't know if these things are actually true or not. But this is what she's alleging. This is the young lady. Her name is Lauren Pescata.
He like a Kim lookalike.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I thought, Cal. So this is part of the documentation that says defendant Kanye West, aka Ye, sent the following unsolicited texts and videos to plaintiff. Text, it says, quote, "See, my problem is I be wanting to F, but then after I F, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been F'd. While I'm F'ing them, then I want her to cheat on me and go get F'd with a bigger DAC than mine and come back and tell me the story. Then I want her to suck my DAC with her best friend, or option B, suck my DAC with the bad batch." Listen, this is a lot going on, but what I think that this was just lyrics to the song that he's possibly doing.
Yeah, it does sound like a song lyric now.
It does. He said they are alleging that on another occasion and multiple other times, Kanye West, aka Ye, asked plaintiff to get him honey, a sexual enhancement and performance honey. Let's see. I think it's a honey pack or something like that. It's a honey pack or whatever. Defendant required that plaintiff always have this on hand and available, and she had to deliver it to defendant in advance of defendant's sexual encounters. Kanye West, aka Ye, sent plaintiff the following offensive text. Quote, "How many times do you knock the Negro out in 2 minutes?" And they was making all kinds of excuses, talking about they never had no woman's part like this. LOL. Wow.
Kwame, start calling that man Ye. You say Ye. I'm over here laughing every single time you say Ye.
Yay, Ye, whatever.
You like, I don't care what his name is. Ye.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. Like,
what is honey?
Did he do something, or did he just text her?
So he just texted her. He's claiming sexual harassment. And honey packs are basically sexual performance enhancers for men.
They're for women too.
I didn't know they were for. We got to have a conversation. You know what, Kristen Fallon? I'll have Samuel reach out to you guys for a Patreon episode, because Kristen might know a little couple of things. So we're going to talk about that later.
I don't know anything. I never had one yet.
Yeah. I'm filing. What is it? I'm feeling.
Oh, he looks stinky. Now he do look a little scruffy, a little smelly-ish.
Yeah. Well, this is what his lawyers responded. Kanye West's legal representation spoke with TMZ and stated that a legal rep for Ye tells TMZ in response to these baseless allegations, Ye or Ye, whatever, him, the girl, will be filing a lawsuit against Ms. Picata, who actively pursued him sexually to coerce employment and other material benefits. I'm making me laugh, Kristen. Then engaged in blackmail and extortion with her advances were rejected. Listen. I'm always here to kind of believe the victims, but here's why I don't believe it. And in the words of Dr. Holt, one of our gladiators, that's a gal. I believe that Kanye West is a whole entire gal. You don't want no women's.
I don't know if I believe that, but I don't.
Hold on. Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm about to say gowns, beautiful gowns.
This whole thing just seems so weird to me. Like, I don't know. All his women look the same. That is so weird. Like, it's just weird.
The women look the same, but I do believe he sent that text. That sounds like something he would have sent. That sounds like a rap song.
I think that he sent that text. I don't think he cared. Like, I think he just is in a space where he just doesn't care. But I don't think he was trying to like be rude to her. But I don't know. We don't know. More will come out. So we'll see.
But he is a Gemini, so you know.
Is he really?
Yeah. He is.
That's what's wrong with
June
him.
15th.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway,
Gemini men.
Yeah, Gemini men are way different from Gemini women. Way different. Anyway, God bless you, girl. Whew. Let's move forward. So if you guys don't know what's going on here, this is Stephen A, the one that looks doofy on the left-hand side, and this queen on the side right here, her name is Monica McNutt. She is Monica McNutt is an actual sports analyst as well. And everybody's in a tizzy when it comes to this Caitlin Clark girl. And I just don't understand. It's really weird, to be quite honest with you.
She's the best player in history of women that ever played basketball. Like,
girl, talk about it.
White Americans.
My nerves.
The population of the country is majority white, so you know.
No, she's not bad, but it's just like, can we talk about something else, please?
Well, the issue that I had with, and we're gonna see the clip. The issue that I had with Stephen A is that people were talking about like getting on. He was getting on the predominantly black female players that were getting on Caitlin Clark and kind of quote unquote, having her go through a process and being hard on her, and saying that they shouldn't do that. Like, it's like none of this would have been happening if it was NBA, right? If we were talking about men and they were quote unquote hazing or having the rookies go through whatever they go through, it's the same damn thing in my humble opinion. But we'll let this queen talk, and she said it so eloquently, and we'll go ahead and see what she has to say. Take a look.
Guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game.
So I switched it up, but this is what she said in the beginning.
The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
I agree.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A, respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Period.
Wow.
All right, we got to go to you guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A, I'm talking to you. Wow.
Mama's went in. Well, first of all, as women, what are your thoughts on this? I know I'm not a sports connoisseur, but I have been following this story, and I find it really interesting that we're being hypocritical. When I say we, I mean us as men are being hypocritical when it comes to these conversations, when it comes to the WNBA. Like, yes, okay, Caitlin Clark is bringing attention to this or whatever. Yes, but don't sit there and get mad at something that happens in the NBA as a norm, as a typical thing, and then say, oh, well, these women are treating Caitlin Clark, horribly. You're only saying that because she's a white woman. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like, oh, well, these poor white women, or this poor white woman's getting bullied by these black girls.
You mean the girl that they laid out the red carpet for when she actually was signed on, and then other people walking into empty rooms, once they sign on? Like, give me a break. I think this might not be the platform, but allegedly, I just hate that some women can play the woe is me card, and they do it very often. You can have one little tear, one little injury, and then here come people like these two guys here coming to your rescue. They'll never come to somebody rescue that look like us. These two right here. And I used to like one of them, but not no more.
Speak on it.
Well, I think it's very obvious that she is getting a run for her money. Baby girl needs to get in the weight room. She needs to learn how to play some defense, and then she can keep up, and it won't appear as she's getting bullied. Now she looking like the meek, wholesome cornbread, not corn. What do they do? Cotton field fed, whatever.
You know what? Cornbread fed.
She wasn't doing that in the playoffs, so play the same way you was playing before. This the big leagues, right?
Well, she never played defense that well. She just was a shooter. Now, I think the imagery of white America, seeing these baby girls that's been in the gym and playing some real defense, that's been playing real defense up against this little white girl, it's kind of skewing things and making everybody have a problem. But what you just said, Kristen, you know they're gonna cape for Sarah, Meek, and Mile. That's always gonna happen.
So woe is me, white woman.
Caitlyn just need to get in the gym and start practicing on her defense, though, and then she won't be getting played in the face. Like, ain't nobody touch her on the shooting, though. I mean, she cold on that, but you gotta be able to play defense also.
Well, we'll see how that goes. We're gonna keep you guys posted on that. She'll figure it out. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. I don't hate Caitlin Clark. I'm not hating on her, but I don't want to give. We're not going to give her special treatment. Like every other basketball player, every other female basketball player has gone through the same process. The same as every other male basketball player that has gone in the NBA has gone through some type of hazing, has gone through some type of shit talking. When it comes to it's okay, y'all. She'll be okay. Anyway, I have a question for the people. I have a question for the people, okay, y'all? We have a question. Speaking of all this, this question is coming up because I forget the reporter's name, but a reporter from the Shade Room sat down with Don Lemon and asked him a question that I find very interesting, and I want to get you guys' opinion on it as well as the audience. So, and if you guys are watching on the replay, don't forget to hit that like button and also comment below your thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Do you get offended when people talk about being in an interracial relationship?
Do I get offended?
Yeah, when people are like, why is he dating or dating a white man or married a white man when he's so, pro this, pro that?
I don't know if I get offended, but do I think it's ignorant? Yes. And I know that it hurts him because, look, I'm sure, I see it online with people who say, oh, he married a white guy and whatever. From white people, but I see it more from African Americans actually, and to me it's just ignorance. You love who you love. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. Had I fallen in love with a black man, I would have married a black man. Had I fallen in love with an Asian man, I would have married an Asian man. Had I been heterosexual and I'd fallen in love with a woman, I would have married a woman. But it just so happens I fell in love with him, and that's who I married, and that's it. And people should be able to love who they love. I'm not in anybody's business. I didn't tell my mama who she should marry. I didn't tell my sister who she should marry, and no one should be telling me who I should marry. Get over it. And especially people who have been discriminated against should know better.
So what are your thoughts on this, ladies? I know this is a huge question and a huge conversation within our community. But what are your thoughts on this? Kristen?
So I personally don't have a big issue with interracial dating. The only thing that comes out of it is when you say you exclude your own race to date other races, which isn't something that he said. As he just said on here, he is free to love whomever he wants to love, male or woman. I didn't even know his husband was white. So, I mean, I think I just don't be caring about people about their business like that. Even with interracial dating, like, you like who you like, but again, when you make comments like, oh, I would never date somebody that's of my own race, I do have a problem then. But aside from that, go be happy.
Fallon?
I'm the same way. I don't care who messing with who, as long as you ain't messing with mine. So I just don't even know why it's a topic of conversation anymore. Now, there are people who, I guess, talk down on Black women or whatever type of woman they're dating or man. If you're being like racist versus preferences, then yeah, I got a problem with it. Otherwise, I don't care who cares. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Bless you. I want to know what you guys think in the comments, and if you're watching on the replay, let us know your thoughts on this. I personally don't give a damn. I have my preferences, but you can't help who you fall in love with, and I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody who they should and should not fall in love with because I don't want nobody telling me that. And I spent the last 20 years, trying to fight against those trying to tell me who I can and cannot fall in love with. So we'll see how it goes. But speaking of racists and bigots. Let's get into the clown of the week.
Your
Hey, beach,
segues, Kwame.
thanks so much. I tried. Hey, beach mom, bad built, body.
Mm.
What you doing, girl? You know, we I really don't care if you do it. Don't answer the question. I'm so sick and tired of this skunk-looking snow cricket Dementor having ass back. When I tell you that I am sick and tired of her, I mean I'm sick and tired of her. This girl already it's like went after Dr. Fauci today, which I mean, yeah, we have questions, we have concerns about him, but she's just dumb. Check this out.
You think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor. You're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim my
Mr. Chairman,
time.
objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time,
Gentlelady,
Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady,
Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will
Point of order.
suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
Point of order.
just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
Girl.
The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
You think?
Oh, she gives me gas. She gives me gas. That's not my issue. That look at Kristen just fell asleep. Listen, that's not my issue. And we already had Representative Jasmine Crockett, the queen herself, read her ass to filth. But that's not what behooved me. What behooved me was after this meeting that she had, what she said to a reporter. Let's take a look at what this ratchet. Let me be quiet.
No, absolutely not. I mean, everything I said is correct. It's how the American people feel. It's what we know to be a fact. It's all the evidence has been proven true. We have Jamie Raskin in there accusing us of worshiping Trump, worshiping as a convicted felon. Well, yeah, so is George Floyd. And everybody, and you all too, the media worship George Floyd. Democrats worship George Floyd. There were riots burning down the fucking country over George Floyd, and Raskin is in there saying we worship him. Excuse me, let me correct you, and this is really important. I don't worship, I worship God. God. And Jesus is my savior. I don't worship President Trump. And I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit annex I have to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there, they can attack my character all day long. What's his face in there? Whoever was talking last was calling me insane, but yet we can't.
She's a spicy little bitch, isn't she? Let's
I don't
continue
like
on.
that lady. Ooh.
Let's see what she continue on to say. Raggedy heifer. Where's she at? What she said? Oh, here we go.
Say, oh, they're attacking my character. Oh no, it's nonstop BS and annex. You want to know why? The Democrats don't have anything. They're responsible for the lockdowns, forced vaccinations, kids being forced to stay home, people committing suicide, and all the horrors that this country lived through during COVID. Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel.
I wonder if her dildo got stuck in her vagina. Like I don't understand what
I
her
don't
problem
even think
is.
she believes in pleasure.
I just don't understand. But I did find a picture of her. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Hellraiser, right? But I did find a picture of her on there. Yes, this is a picture of Marjorie Taylor Greene. You see the resemblance? This is what she looks like when she takes off her skin. Okay? Because I believe there's no way. That person on the left looks so familiar too. But anyway, there's no way.
She didn't have that same energy when that person saw her at the airport, though.
She sure did.
And
shut
that's why
up.
she's the clown of the week. That's why she's
It
the
is
clown of the week.
so performative. They get these people and they know who they can choose to perform. And it's just really sad because I feel like at this point, the American government is a joke. Like if you can't even take it serious anymore. I mean, I remember in third grade learning about the judiciary system and different things. Like, I can only imagine what kids are actually thinking as they're learning about this right now and seeing these play out in real time. It's ridiculous.
It's wild.
sad.
It's wild.
And we're in a sad state because at the end of the day, regardless of what your party is, there used to be a line of respect that both parties just had for one another, and that has gone. And you know what administration are left with.
Yep.
Sadly.
All right. Well, this is the wait, hold on. Dr. Holt says she has people running against her. I don't think you finished that. What's up, Auntie Weeze? She says MTG has no character. She's up for re-election. Republicans are sick of her. I'm sick of her too.
The lady knew before she got this job. Like, what? I don't know nothing about her.
And don't want to. She needs to disappear into the abyss.
I feel like she was summoned from the depths of Tartarus. Like, that's where I feel like she came from.
I feel like she should be one of those dance mom people.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dance
I can see her being
hilarious.
that. That's it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Nothing more.
I think she should do something else. I think she should knit sweaters.
Attention keyboard shoppers.
That would be good. She could be a greeter. I think that's a great space for you to be in.
Or
but anyway,
work at the DMV.
Yes, exactly. Well, no, because then I would be really upset seeing her ass in there, and it kind of revoke my license. But let's crack open the Diddy files real quick, and then it's our last story of the day. I want to thank Kristen and Fallon for coming on in today. But as you guys know, y'all's Diddy, who used to the city, was there's been a lot going on. Okay, we know. I'm not showing the video. I'm not doing it because it was triggering. It's a lot, but you guys remember the video that happened. But just recently today, it looks like Revolt Media company, formerly led by Diddy, has now transitioned to new ownership. Sean Combs has sold his stake in the company, with employees now becoming the largest shareholder group. As previously reported, the mogul distanced himself from the company in November 2023 following a surge of sexual misconduct allegations against him. According to Variety, employees will be provided with a comprehensive breakdown of the process for their participation allowance within the company. The shares, previously owned by the company's former chairman, Sean Diddy Combs, have now been completely redeemed and retired. CEO Datavio Samuels released a statement today, which read, quote, "Today we are most proud of the transformation that our teams will experience as they shift from being employees to owners of the business they are helping to build. Black culture is global culture, and Revolt Superpower is being the home for creators that move culture globally, allowing us to build the most powerful storytelling engine for Black voices." I don't need to read anymore because it's all fluff to me. What are your thoughts on this, Fallon?
Just the whole Diddyism of it all is exhausting. I feel like I'll reserve my thoughts to the Patreon episode, but
I agree.
It's just I really don't even know what to say. Honestly, it's just disgusting and saddening. Like, every time I think about it, it just makes me depressed because I really was rocking with some bad boy. Like, y'all know I love me some bad boy. I'm just praying that Notorious B.I.G. legacy don't get caught up in all of this, because that just make me even more depressed. But
not just Notorious B.I.G. We also got Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Mace, all of these different people that brought me great content, great music. So hopefully, I don't want all of them to get caught up because they're their own artists. And I don't know. It's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fallon.
It's just a lot. That's all. That'll be my comment. It's a lot. Period.
Yeah. Kristen?
I think that this is a perfect example of what it looks like to get caught up with the ego, power and your ego, and just making, I don't know if it's making bad mistakes or if it's just thinking that you above the law and whomever and whatever. It's sad because we know that it didn't just start here with Cassie, allegedly. I mean, you have a whole path, and it's just sad that this would now be your legacy and your history. And it's just it's not good. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Whew. Well, That's all we got. Those are the Diddy files. That's what's going on. I just want to throw this out here just so you guys know. If you or someone you know may be in a difficult situation, whether it be intimate partner violence or domestic violence, please call this free hotline. It's 24/7. It's confidential. It's 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-SAFE. So you guys can go ahead and make sure there's help out there for you guys, and we want to make sure that that's out there for you guys as we discuss these type of situations. I know it can be triggering. But before we head out of here, let us know what we can expect, because you guys know we had these queens, these wonderful queens from You Better Than Me podcast on the show today. So thank you guys so much for taking the time out. You guys are on well, you're in Texas, so Fallon, but Kristen is in on the East Coast, so I know it's a little late over there. So I appreciate you both coming on through. But tell us a little bit about what we can expect from this new season that's coming up for the You Better Than Me podcast.
I think y'all are going to see a little less of the softer side of Kristen and Fallon, and we might be exposing that underbelly of life. I feel like we have grown so much and celebrated so much, but also cried together, and life has been life, and as we've always said. So I think that we're going to really just get in touch with the parts of life that people may not always want to talk about. And I think that a lot of the people that rock with us have been experiencing lifing as well. So we just want to bring that good old dose of reality to the people and let them know that they are not lifing on their own.
Yeah. Kristen?
I think that this is just going to be a season of a deeper level of truth from both Fallon and myself. What people may not know is that, we do a podcast together, but Fallon is also one of my very close friends that I met through the internet worlds. And so, a lot of things that we talk about, some things, even just last week, we've recently gone through with one another. And I'm sure that those things will probably make its way to the podcast so that you can see that, everybody is going through something. Hopefully you can look at us and we can be a reflection of how to move past some things and how to just grow and how to learn and how to navigate this new level of adulthood, as well as this new level of, friendships, because we all know that everything happens in seasons. You grow together, you may grow apart, but the navigation is what makes it all worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. And just as you guys as producer, I'm super proud of both of you. You guys have gone through so many iterations of life and just different things, and just for you guys to be so open and honest and transparent, as my co-pastor said, it's hot, open, honest, open, and transparent. It's just really, 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 really dope of you guys. So thank you guys so much for trusting me as your producer, and also just trusting the process, and I'm honored to have you guys a part of the Pyro fam, and I'm honored to call you guys friends, because these are not just clients. These are my sisters. We've been through some tough times in the clubhouse streets. Okay, so they understand. They have heard me cry. They have heard me. They have heard me go through a lot of different stuff. So I know that they are really caring about what they're doing and really giving a damn about what they're speaking on. So I'm proud of you guys. I'm looking forward to season 5. Congratulations, and we will see you guys on the next one, y'all. Y'all make sure you guys tune in to You Better Than Me podcast, airing every Tuesday. I believe it's every Tuesday at 11. We'll let you guys know. I don't have the thing in front of me. But yes. Oh no, I want to make sure I get it right. It's Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is 11:30 Pacific Standard Time and 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. So definitely go ahead and check it out.
Season 4.
Season 4. I keep saying 5. You know what?
I'm speaking of season 5. Yeah, you must be.
Season 4, like Brumman.
The fifth flow. But all right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out. Thank you guys so much for watching. For all of you guys out there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, as well as all of wherever you're watching and listening on. Hit that like button, hit that follow button wherever you are. And if you're watching on the replay, do the same as well. And we will see you guys on the next one. Stay blessed, stay stress-free, and stay amazing. We'll see you on the next one. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.